Math and coaching. No, I was eating growth. They were all better at math than coaching. So I thought, okay, let's try some math here. I've been told since January 1st of this year the most important thing going on in America is whatever kind of madness pops into the brain of Newt Gingrich. And so we got this presidential election going on all over this country, down in Iowa, then up in New Hampshire, and then down in South Carolina. I see that as somewhat of a degeneration. Starting the good Midwest, you go up to New England, that's okay, and then you head south. And so I've been watching this campaign. It's all anybody talks about. It's this huge deal. Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney and Santorum. Don't Google it. And Ron Paul, who they don't really like because he's not killing people. And I'm watching the whole thing. It's such a big deal. Such a big deal, this Republican presidential election. The media just can't live for anything else. How could they possibly pay attention to Wisconsin? It's just a little state up by the Canadian border. So I decided to add up all the votes cast in the Iowa caucuses, in New Hampshire, and in South Carolina for all of the Republican candidates. Mitt Gingrich, Newt Romney, Santorum, Google, and Huntsman, and Paul, and Buddy Roemer, the former governor of Louisiana. I added up all the votes for all the Republican candidates. I even added up the write-in votes. You know, up in New Hampshire, Barack Obama got hundreds of write-in votes in the Republican primary. Don't give up on those Republicans. So I added it all up. Because I thought, well, this must be the measure of the center of gravity in our politics. This is how many people really care about the big things that are going on in America. Now, the potential electorate in all of those states came to 6 million people. That's how many people could have voted there. Well, potential electorate in Wisconsin is only about 4 million. So we're, those states add up to a lot more than what we are. They're a lot bigger deal. In all those Republican primaries, for all those candidates, 970,000 people voted for them. In Wisconsin, 1 million people signed petitions to recall their governor. I ask you, what is the most important political story in America? It is the story of what is happening right now in the state. Take the media a long time. It's going to take the media a long time to catch up with this. It's going to take a lot of politicians a long time to catch up with this. It's going to take some of the national unions a while to catch up with this story. But I'm going to guarantee you, I predicted last spring that 1 million signatures would be gathered to recall Scott Walker. So I'm on a winning streak here. I predict without question that Scott Walker will be recalled and removed from office. He will be taken out of office. I believe that Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish will be recalled and removed from office. At least one and probably more of those state senators who are subject to recall will be removed from office and replaced. And I believe strongly that sometime this late spring or early summer, the state of Wisconsin will have a progressive Democratic governor and a progressive Democratic state senate and a very scared Republican state assembly. And when the federal courts throw out the collective bargaining law because it was illegally passed and because it has unequal protection within it, treating different classes of workers in different ways, a classic federal violation. When that law is thrown out, it will come back not to Scott Walker and to a Republican legislature for renewal, but to a Democratic legislature which will not renew that law. say thank you very much. Solidarity! Let's April and May and June, we're going to recall Scott Walker. We're going to recall Rebecca Clayfish, and we are going to send a message across this country that you can have a different and better politics, a politics of economic and social justice. And I will always remind people, that the first great rally to challenge Scott Walker occurred weeks before Scott Walker took office, and it was organized by the Wisconsin Education Association, whatever that C stands for.